Alongside head Javelina softball coach Craig Nicholson, I'm Mark and Sarah on JavelinaAthletics.com. And Coach, LSC tournament starts this Friday, and you guys are in. Doesn't matter how you guys got in the field, but you're among the 6 teams that are going to be in San Angelo this week. And obviously the objective is you want your team to hit the tournament, hit their stride just as postseason play is beginning. Do you feel like your team is doing that?
I mean, we've had our ups and downs, but I think, you look at the last 4 conference series we played, we won all 4 of them, 2 on the road. 2 at home against teams that are also in the tournament field. So I think the second half of the season we played pretty well. It hasn't been an every game, every day thing, but we've played pretty well. So hopefully we can kind of keep that going.
You've had some players who've been striving to get in this tournament. This will be the first tournament experience for any of the players on your roster. You've had some players who've been striving for this goal for 3 or 4 years, and it almost be human nature to kind of take a deep breath when you finally reach it. Do you feel like you have to guard against any kind of sense of complacency as the tournament begins?
I'm not so concerned with that. I think the bigger probably issue is just the unknown, for our group. They haven't been there, they haven't done it. So they're kind of taking in everything for the first time, and with that probably comes some jitters, and you hope you can get through a couple innings and get those jitters out and then settle in and just play a softball game. So hopefully we can we can do that. I don't think complacency is an issue, and one of the things for us is, probably all realistically, the other 5 teams in the tournament are already in regionals, and we're probably the only team that has to win some games to get in regionals. So I think we'll be hungry, and I think we'll go in there and compete.
You guys start off with Commerce on Friday. When you guys went and visited Commerce this season, you had a little bit of a rough weekend, but do you feel like it's a little bit of an advantage, the fact that you guys get to learn from some of the mistakes you made, make some adjustments heading into Friday?
Well, I think it's good to have, a month plus to make some adjustments. We played pretty well in that series. We just, we didn't get any breaks. They walked us off twice. So, I thought overall we did a pretty good job of competing, and we played pretty well at their place. Now obviously this time we get it it's at a neutral site, and we'll see what happens. But I like our chances going in there. Their offense is a beast, and you got to be able to control the certain pieces of that offense. But if we can do that, I think we got a chance for sure.
Yeah, so much of what they do offensively revolves around their catcher, Mariah Jameson, one of the leading candidates for Player of the Year in the conference. What does your pitching staff need to do to make sure that she doesn't wreck this game on Friday?
Well, I think probably she's not only the leading candidate for Player of the Year in the conference, she's probably the leading candidate for National Player of the Year. But that aside, you got to make somebody else beat you. And in situations where you need to pitch to her, you got to put the ball in the right spot, and we think we have a spot where we can at least compete with her, but it's a small window, and we got to be able to hit that window. So if we can do that, we'll give ourselves a chance. She's a really good hitter, and if you miss just a little bit, she's gonna make you pay for it. But I think in the end, you gotta make some of the rest of that lineup beat you, and the rest of that lineup is capable of doing it, but I think you got to force them to do it a little bit.
Now, I know you and your team's sole focus right now is 11 a.m. on Friday, that first game against Commerce. What does your team need to do well? What do they need to? What are the keys for them to try and win this tournament?
Try and win the tournament?
Correct.
I think execution is a huge piece of what we're going to do. We're probably going to play a bunch of really tight ball games. We got to pitch well. And I think, especially against the 3 teams that we're probably likely to play, should it go that far, are probably the 3 best offenses in the conference. So you got to pitch well, and you got to limit their opportunities. You cannot give them extra outs in an inning. I think defense will be a huge piece of what we do, and if we give them 4 or 5 outs in an innings, we're very likely to pay for it.
All right, well, Coach, we'll see you in San Angelo. Best of luck there.
Thank you.
He's Craig Nicholson. I'm Mark and Sarah on JavelinaAthletics.com.